ma yeni nkomo kakra wo Manchester United nene me hu say there is a lot of questions amanfo busame when it comes to what is going to happen today at Manchester United. Na okrampo make we a story about it. Say meeting ni be sha se enche bia na nkomodidi ni be koso. Na emi say dodo na nim say enra Sir Jim Ratcliffe oni Joe Glazer ekopie mu wo Old Trafford. Na omukọ Old Trafford na omuruam na yehu say Alex Ferguson kan ho. Eni yehu say Gary Neville so di akiri. Eni mpanyifo ahodo bi a omudidi akiri. David Gea mu nyina abewura mu fa akiri obi. Na the discussion omukọ ye no enra no was based on two things. One, the stadium development in terms of the leaking roof. Any kwa mo pese mo fa so be new stadium. And that's very fabrication Old Trafford. I new. I come at say the bus a new camp no. How far with the Trafford Council? And I know Mukosia ko meet. And say share supporters and there's a fan advisory board. So before Ansana, the main executive and I can say Esku Ghana hake Esku no. Ebesiano. They need to engage, know what has gone on with stadium development. Number two, understand the fans' point of view. With how our season nako. Any jumedi also modi. Any nyomo mo hwe ni muso wo say mpanifo ni timi yamo mo. Ansa no mu nyina be hia mo ba be hia. So that was what they did yesterday. It's a ana meeting kese ne beba so. It's whatever consultation they've done the consultation yesterday. Whatever consultation bi omo be ye bia no. Oma ye consultation no eye enra. Na nyame adom ene e wo Mayfair ho no. Manchester United main office no Mayfair London. No mo kosia Sir Jim Ratcliffe be wo ho. Joe Glazer be wo ho. Claude Blanc our free Juventus, former Juventus CEO, Paris Saint-Germain, obewa around because only said Dave Braceward, omo ewo Manchester United board nisubi. Then Ubenya Omar Berada, who is the chief executive officer, he will be there. There is Dan Ashworth, who is the sporting director of football for Manchester United, he will be there. Ono no one we are obesa swenya Jason Wilcox, ono ne technical director ono so be dey. Ebe wo ho. Then the chief financial officer of Manchester United, friend Roger Bell, ebe wo ho. Then the chief operating officer, Colette Roche, esube wo ho ne. It key people we in the meeting no. Na ka meeting we there, almost schedule say every month be on baby. So September they no mo koye no Barcelona. To make out be story be say Jim akoye interview bi wo Britannia. Akodi nkomo bi akoka say omunya abotre na team no person mo restore na they am koye ni interview. That was the first meeting they did over there. Yeah. So this month meeting no mo be ne de omo de aba London. Na omo de ba London dating na first one. The mama for adwon say ten hard discussion wom ni o. First one you never heard about Jason Wilcox. The first one you never heard about Dan Ashworth
because na hierarchy nankasa.
Na hierarchy nankasa. Once also anti Omaba da crowd so confirm no dey buy. But to be specific, one hunu Dan Ashworth, one hunu Jason Wilcox. But the October meeting is having Jason Wilcox. The October meeting is having Dan Ashworth. Which means alongside the discussions that will be going on with off the pitch issues, any sikasem ni omo moko discuss no, I think said the most important aspect of the meeting they want to handle is the on the pitch performances of the club. They want to deal with the sporting decisions of the club. Now no Glazers now relax pressure ni omo so. Because Ashasia na BBS or Manchester United omo blame Glazers and say omo na eye. And omo giant sporting aspect ni nyina dey am Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Say ono na me take charge. So if he is in to take charge, it means he say there is a need for the people he has appointed to make reasonable decisions and make sure say on Manchester United want to make sure there is going to be a discussion about Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
At the meeting. But one thing we are going to ask ourselves in here is how did the team get here? Why did they keep Eric Ten Hag? I did say Eric Ten Hag decision on Manchester United in now could see war. Ibiza. About 3 weeks or 2 weeks to the season, I don't go share Ten Hag with Ibiza. Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That time, Krana, Omar Bereda Nyansha Dumase Manchester United. Let's not forget. That time, Nankasana Nia Sasu Nya Dana Short so started Juma de Manchester United fully. Omukoya sa meeting, and I want to say how making the intentions known to Sergio Ratcliffe where the problem went wrong, whatever happened, and he made a case for himself using the trophy no day. or J with the FA Cup. And at the end of the season, Anna Jim Ratcliffe so okay, fine. If it is so, then let's give you an opportunity. So the extension on what the man Eric Ten Hag the TNA and your extension, I the man say extending the contract to. I didn't want the contract more Manchester United a trigger, which is +1. And Manchester United a trigger. So the old things still remain, even though somebody be crab can ukrana and yet no my exception and I say you're too much detailed to be attached to the new contract almost signing. But their exit clauses included, their performance related clauses included, and there are a lot of things they be attached to the contract. I say BBC Manchester United will be ready to pull the trigger. So they gave him the benefit of the doubt. Say only proper structure near Juma. So let us give you JC Wokos, Dana Shotaba, Omar Beredaba, and your Munya Jumani and Shadie. Near some support in the transfer market, and let's see how results will do what will go due to what happened with Manchester City. Now, Omar Tanasi Shadie and results name fa. Because they've also changed the backroom staff for him. Backroom staff no almost sign the Fancy Di Maria. And tensions between Eric Ten Hag and Van de Grag mu. And Steve McLaren mu, there was so much tension there. And the more mujan crying, a job for Ruth Van Nistelrooy and Hen So that is how the club got to this stage in maintaining Eric Ten Hag. There were discussions with Roberto Di Zerbi. Now we each said the interim for Roberto Di Zerbi. ASC Kasem, Anna Mason Greenwood. Then with Thomas Tuchel, Omunini didn't commodore Edu financials. But I think say Omohesi Kasem ni PSR they needed to balance, and also Manchester United and Tomu players in Temu. Obekaya they did not do sales early. After someone signing Euro, and it took some time and some team to signing other players. So they needed to lay off players. In Kasem na style kakra. Some people Eric Ten Hag kwanya. So they needed to relax. And now more for 2 kilanya day. Ama. So it's not like they were not in the market to search for coaches. They were. But they just decided to move on and join with Eric Ten Hag and see how it unfolds. But then, and new man eco provini. Sabrak for graph we say 2 screen is my graph feature Manchester United. Quite almost first were picking the last few years under Ralph Rangnick, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, under Jose Mourinho. Oh yes, our graph now. Yes, thank you very much.
Some passports.
Over check here where United in terms of a year or more performances since 2012-2013 to present day. Now, what's your more ratings in the rankings and how performance map in the city trainer? From 2012 to 2013, there was an uphill, which means Sorona and as I ratings now there was Sorona. Now a 1,900 no cost require Kamana do and I say 2,000 Koko. But what check on David Moyes by you know ratings in it to former BC. Tama in 2016, Echo 2017, Yapamu Louis Van Gaal. In terms of so none of the coaches has been able to maintain the standard that Sir Alex Ferguson in the Maomo and no that none of the coaches are maintaining the standard. But Nipa what me bend the standard in your radio. About from there was Jose Mourinho appointed in 2016-2017. Obe Peja Koi, Jose Mourinho Peja Mupa. When Timmy reached the peak of Ferguson drew any day. But at least or you're not dream bang the 1,900 mark no?
Because I Ferguson yes.
Yes.
Number of years account.
And when this was started 2012-2013.
Yeah.
So it matters with what Fergie did in 2012-2013 coming. It's a day of Fergie year in 2012-2013. No coach be no what me ahead. What me about closer. So Mourinho lifted it to a certain extent. Then there was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So this is where the hyping of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer comes in. About former Ole Gunnar Solskjaer be fair Juma, but fair Juma no. Or some pejamu. It was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer peja the enemy. Or peja mu de koe. But Ole Gunnar de ade no ko si honom no. Asa tia ba former na former so na yede. Eba.
Ten Hag so be fire.
Ten Hag ba no be so ma peja kakra na aba for he. Ten Hag de nkwa de ban na ese ba.
We say dem motor trouble so na motor free no.
Yeah, ti free no. Nti ade na ba former so there's a proper downhill. Inti o check here. O say Athletic for the say United are approaching their lowest EBB ebb since Ferguson retired. Fancy. The problem is there and nothing shows that there is a
say Ten Hag the end there peja mu kra o. Say Jose be peja mu. Ole
peja mu.
Ten Hag there
only Louis Van Gaal.
What mu tia hyensu aso no mia mo.
Netherlands for ne papa. Em say from now on ba. Now this is one case on me raise meeting.
Some passport.
Ya to so mienu. Eric Ten Hag make excuses. Say team ni create chances o mu ntimi nya dey. Shadrach, my graph now about team the chances creation ni baby omujina ball shot. Fancy. Manchester United about 12.7 shots per game. Now 12.7 shots per game. No check Premier League rankings so you're 11th.
There's a more crown. No.
Now it's a shot now on Adrian say. Yeah, Bob Bebre no create chances Bebre no crown. We a wofem for a top club. Now graph ni sudi no baby Manchester United type ball mo shot ni free pa no fancy e wo hemfa.
Hey. So I say yeah Benz center open. Yeah.
Not check a penalty box in the inside.
True.
So the whole argument Eric Ten Hag is raising about they are creating chances, they are shooting, the statistics and the numbers prove otherwise in terms of its explanation. Also, there is an application of the statistics, Mike, and there's also an understanding of the statistics. Then, reading meaning, and also try so I think Ten Hag has been sold on the mindset, say, the XG is huge and Premier Leagues have big chances starting there. It looks so good, say Manchester United create a lot of big chances and they're not scoring. But where are they taking the shot? It is going to be very critical. And Ineos, you better test your morals of Apostle have always said this before Ineos came in. Say the biggest test the decision they will make in the sport, because that is what they bought Glazers Nechi. There is nothing with the commercial side of Manchester United. Okay. It's a 101 to me and year. Let me send him Guasi account. So today is make or break. No crane say Sir Jim Ratcliffe open change. He wants a change. But on no some per se, we appointed Dan Ashworth. Our appointed workers. He wants the structures to work. That is why they have called them to this meeting. It's make or break for Eric Ten Hag. But I believe baby omujina say no, emu ache 2. Vote no.
Okay. Well, Mate, Mezame das, me ba Mr. Bodu.
There was time, Nimra, and the ABBA, and you know, by my pressure.
Nipanyo.
Share.
Super Sports.
Fancy, and then 8th October, number 8, Andres Iniesta, Luan, is saying bye-bye to the game of football. Except for Tasias Vietnam near Bonaba. So you see, you need to understand a person's background to appreciate the level of success Obenya Ewana Brabum. So when baby you free bar, if you don't know the person's story, you will not really share in the glory and delight in it. Ebia hwa no when you crack akobreno. Ebia o me hu se fancy yesi. On te fancy asi in baby o sha asi di free ya. You might have a different interpretation of the success that fancy chalked. Where baby onyini ye no fancy. Na futsal pitches baby about 7 aside the door also saying baby about normal football. Enti Iniesta mono. Sending the ball ni working in tight spaces. There's a nipa 10 kra na twa ne ho ahia. Onim how carefully or the ball ne be mienda ne way through no evade omo no. Ne sa ball no eye baby ofrinti na me osua asade no. Na 7 aside se park ne na yakabo ho.
Yeah.
Enti aze na egu eye tina parkan mo. Enti yakaye nyina ya bo ho a space kra nim. Enti wunya ball na now you would have to think outside the box in terms of what you want to do with the ball. At times your background determines the kind of things that you do. Only your yebi, your mannerisms, or casa, or new. And also now, so we in year, and then fast over bro. 1 year now corrupting years old. Obing will get to her. Excuse me to say, this is a stereotype. But I say obey any will get to her, or you're dang, or you're stubborn. Anameboa. And now obinyini was zongwa or you're stubborn. It is a usual stereotype which might be unfair. I may apologize. So learning to play football on a futsal pitch, it teaches you how to work in closed, tight spaces and how to elude opponents. And today, you don't look out for the physical, you rather look out for the psychological, the mental aspect. And the players be the say Iniesta, Xabi, they came to evolution the game like almost a sound game no from an era where you had the powerfully physical aspect in the ball game no to almost the drain and the elbow game no where mona to me I believe say omoma ye benya an appreciation of midfielders who played with their brains and no be an baby a quantity to the likes of Luka Modric mo anyway most of the PM
well yeah more Iniesta excepts also on TV now and on Panama say born as a Mike.
So Iniesta the football principles did not detach itself from his background. His background actually setting the pace for the kind of football style Andres Iniesta boy. So I can sit here boldly and tell you, say, to me, maybe this might sound outrageous, but it's easier to copy Messi than to copy how Iniesta won a ball. Because Messi, he's a left-footed player operating on the right, or cutting, or dribble, or driving with speed. We've seen similar, although say the same as Messi. But I'm talking about copying. By Iniesta, how do you copy? Because no man out of the blue. If ever. So players like Iniesta, you don't teach players to emulate them. Players can only emulate them when they have it in them. See, they do mumu. And today we are celebrating such a player. So no so be Gracie game no. One shot goes no be One shot goes be say one shot 200 goals here. But almost every goal he scored had a certain significance. A bro adrenaline tears. So Champions League, before Pep Guardiola won it in Rome, it had to take Iniesta to bail Barcelona from the clutches of Chelsea. So 2009 semi-final. Yeah. You see, the goal was absolutely magnificent, and you need to understand this. Pep Guardiola in the first season, I'm about to be referee Sadio way. Pep in the first season, or quite the first Champions League final against Chelsea. Chelsea then were a dominant force, and don't forget the season prior, not the same Man United Chelsea now final. And in the previous year, it was an English team in the deny Barca a spot in the final. Now Man U. Another English team who was a losing finalist. Didn't talk anymore then, but Iniesta or Bailey Barca for the film, and something was lifted of them. No, the call final, no go Man U anymore. Then the 2010 FIFA World Cup final. Spain hadn't won the World Cup before. It took Iniesta to deliver them that. Now check. Special awareness, how he moves in spaces. Baby, I pass a ball, the man. Like not on him say, baby, Mijina, no, them, kakra. Ya cross the ball, 1, 2. Then
free offside.
Exactly, where position itself. It tells you of the footballer dream players like Iniesta. So it is great that Yemubino Yenya Kwan share Iniesta so more, but Onize Dan Mahu Odini be. Oni Ronaldo Mutrick Nibi, but he has his own. And the man here Andres Iniesta, and it is difficult to copy him. In tennis, so we game now. Yes, we are born but so about 8 o'clock. I bet not near a special session on him. But kudos say Iniesta and so ball game Nibia. He delivered greatness to us. Man City in Premier League will be we need
draw 1-1.
Man City in Premier League. Case no, it depended the Omar report. Some Man City for a report here, they will give you baby a ball. 165 pages of league outcome. So the Premier League had certain arguments in their favor. Man City has certain arguments in their favor. The Premier League it means that the APT, the Associated Party Transactions Rule, no, the panel no did not say a unlawful. They agreed that there should be something like that, but it is about how it has been implemented. So the structure, the framework, everything or whatsoever. And then the omujitumu. What is the APT? We might be changing, but for the benefit of ABA, the OTA caneno. Let's do that. Sharak Boy. Associated Party Transaction Chese. Memo Boboku Ebia Michael FC. Akomia Kamebo Boku. Akomia wo nyumekuo ba kumienu miensebia sikawom. Enti akomia ye board member obetime de the companies no e dia best sponsor me send be ya menyeska. So omo say in issues of associated parties omo di business e dey ba no omo nji ntum se ye be fa ne trasa e was a Premier League ne so tena so na oye nhwehwemu eno ne the rules no omo di aba. So associated party transaction rules in this case means that if you are Manchester City, now we are the Abu Dhabi group ne dia, any company related to the Abu Dhabi royal family. No more disike about the Rabo Boko anymore. It was a Premier League ninya but no shame. But when Nakasano, they brought it into force in 2021 when the Newcastle Saudi PIF deal and no buy. So that is how they will operate with this. Now, the Premier League no border. Omo review every transaction that falls in line with the APT. No man says figure now the costings that you submit. It represents a fair market value. There's a way in which them boom and emphasize bebre. Man City antiasie. No, me code the quote say. The Premier League ne no citing your mamiensa. One, discriminatory. There's a yimu. 2, unlawful. And then 3, anti-competitive. They believe say a tyranny of the majority. The Premier League ne no. There were clubs be almost some good cat also for Premier League for so. And the Man City and Montungu, Obo clubs in the Arsenal can Man U can Liverpool can. These are the majority clubs now more want ni Premier League ni more. Omo person omo dominance na to aso sa. Then they have support from others like West Ham, like Brentford, Bournemouth, and then Fulham and the Wolves. Man City has support from 3 clubs. They will provide witnesses. So Chelsea provided a witness. Newcastle provided a witness. And then Everton also provided a witness. Now,
Nottingham Council count.
Yeah. Now, what is the outcome? Shadrach, the tribunal findings, and the way almost the Bible and sorry, time Nico. In the submission, the tribunal say the APT rules are unlawful because it excludes in their scope the shareholder loans and a breachy competition law. So it makes Man City case ne back. What is the shareholder loan? So we'll say me belonging to a rich owner. Na owner no nyumeku ahodo no person or best sponsor. Na owner ne mfa sika mai. Na owner ne nye eye we no say oh me company back on sponsor. Oh be hwehwe mu dia. Then if obviously a shareholder or club mu na oma interest fee loans it should also be submitted to the APT rules. But so the Premier League and the tribunal, they almost find out they know. If the Premier League is just looking at what will come in terms of a associated party saying sponsor kekeneba, they should also consider the shareholder loans and then deal with it. Now, then they also looked at a couple of other stuff, which for the benefit of time, but the length and breadth of the matter is that Man City a strong case, and in this case, the Ombudsman said they could even go the extent of filing for damages against the Premier League in relation to 2 deals. Baku the first Abu Dhabi bank, now sponsor be Alba Man City. Premier League need delay and frustrated the process. Then there was also one with Emirates Aviation. Ni nano enya dia sikano etimi ba City. So what City can do is that the Premier League Nico Court no file for damages in the case of this. How does this impact on the 115 charges? But it helps the stance of Man City in terms of arguing their point. So the but a legal gymnastics. Premier League Beccacho said they had some in their favor. Man City Beccacho said they had some in their favor, but it's actually something that has clarified the ambiguous. Na amadia na ye trimu entne ye wahono. He said they are that hope fe inti Premier League no ebe ne nyoma ye.
Wow, Mike.